Riley, thanks for watching us tonight. President Obama takes on the Tea Party. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Front page headline in the New York Times today says, quote, Obama advisors weigh add assault against the GOP focusing on Tea Party, unquote. Does that mean the president is gearing up for a fight against the populist movement? One problem, the White House told Fox News that headline, and indeed the entire story, isn't true. The Times says it is true. And Bernie Goldberg will take a look at the situation a bit later on, but there is no question that the Tea Party has rattled President Obama, and not only him, it's rattled the Republican establishment as well. Whenever millions of folks get upset, those entrenched in power get nervous, and the folks are upset. Today in a town hall meeting, the president was challenged.
I'm one of your middle-class Americans, and quite frankly, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted of defending you, defending your administration, defending the mantle of change that I voted for, and deeply disappointed with where we are right now.
Well, although that woman may not be a member, the Tea Party reflects her disenchantment. And the Tea Party people don't have to define policy. All they have to do is vote against politicians who believe in big, expensive government. Tea Party is a philosophical movement. These folks want small government, fewer taxes, and more individual freedom. While President Obama and many Democrats want big government, enormous entitlement spending, and control over what happens in the marketplace. That's the choice this November. It's all about what kind of country we want. Now, I like the Tea Party. As I write in my new book, Pinheads and Patriots, just the fact these Americans are investing their time trying to change things is a patriotic act. That's what we all should be doing. Following our conscience and trying to make the country a better place. The USA needs to be run in a responsible way, not in an ideological way. More personal freedom, lower taxes, and more local control, that's what the majority of Americans now want, according to the polls. So the president is really up against it. And that's the memo. Now for the top story tonight. Some Democrats do not see it my way. They think the Tea Party is actually helping them.
You know, the Republicans, I think, merged with the Tea Party, and in many instances, they're finding out it's the Donner Party because it's knocking off Republicans left and right and giving us opportunities to win some very tough seats that 6 months ago we frankly thought we were probably not going to win.
By the way, the Donner Party references to some people in the Old West who got stranded in a snowstorm and ate each other. Yum. Joining us now from Washington, Fox News chief political analyst Britt Hume. Okay, let's take the assault on the Tea Party. So the White House says, oh, no, that's not what we're going to do. And the New York Times says, yeah, that's what you told us. You have any insight in this?
Well, whether they're going to have an ad campaign or not is kind of beside the point, really. There already are attacks on the Tea Party. You heard it out of the mouth of Tim Kaine, the party chairman. You heard it out of Joe Biden's mouth last month. He was referring to the Republican Tea Party of extreme candidates and so forth. And you heard it really from President Obama today when he was, asked about the Tea Party's complaints, and he challenged this citizen movement to be specific with a program of how they're going to get to, lower taxes and lower spending. I think a lot of Americans would think it was probably up to the people who were in the government to come up with a way to do what the people want.
Well, that's what I said. The Tea Party is under no mandate to define anything. It's a philosophical movement. But do you think the Obama administration and the president himself understands that the left's voracious attacks on the Tea Party have actually helped the Tea Party? That because they have been demonized by the far left as racist and stupid and using obscene terms to describe them, that has all helped the movement. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. In fact, I think this strategy of trying to belittle the Tea Party is very foolish. It was interesting, Bill, over the weekend to hear former President Clinton say that the Democrats ought to listen to the Tea Party movement. Now, he said some other things as well, but he remembers what happened to him 16 years ago. The country had begun to turn against the Democrats and their president, Bill Clinton, and he went out and ran all over this country, Bill. I'll never forget it because I was covering it, against what he called the Contract on America. That was the platform of the Republican House candidates who had come out on that fall. It was a whole collection of different items. They were all popular. He tried to demonize what they were doing and them thereby. And it was a total failure, and the Republicans ended up getting control of Congress for the first time in 40 years. It seems he remembers that and has learned something from it. I'm not sure that his fellow Democrats have done the same.
Okay, now, Tim Kaine almost agrees with Karl Rove, Kaine, of course, being the head of the DNC that we just saw. in the sense that the theme is, look, if you nominate people for Congress, the Senate, even the governorship here in New York, Palladino, who are, I don't like to use the word extreme, but let's say that their views are explosive, controversial, those kinds of things, that you're helping the Democratic Party because the independents, the mainstream people will go, I'm not so sure about that. What say you?
I think that's true in certain individual races. Obviously, the Delaware race with Christine O'Donnell, who seems a somewhat peculiar candidate, is Exhibit A in that. But let's remember, you look at the polling on the Tea Party and what they stand for, and it's really quite popular. It is especially popular, Bill, among independents who are the true swing vote in America. There's a poll out today that says that 48% of the people of independents in this poll support or are part of what the Tea Party or the Tea Party. Something like less than 40% feel the other way. So this is and in other polls it's a majority of support. So if you take these people on, or if you look at what the effect that they're having, they are by and large helping the Republicans. In fact, the people in this poll overall were asked which direction they were leaning this fall in terms of their voting, and 50% said they leaned Republican, 25% said they leaned Democratic.
Yeah, that was a Doug Shane poll.
That's right.
Yeah, one final question. Does it smack of desperation for the President of the United States to now challenge the Tea Party and say, look, you got a better idea? You can't be doing it. It almost smacks me as a little desperate, that they just don't know what to do in the White House, and the Democratic Party don't know what to do. So they're going to make one last battle of the bulge movement to try to say, look, they're all a bunch of nuts. You better not listen to them. They're leading the country down a terrible lane. It looks to me like it's almost a desperate, Hail Mary pass.
Well, they don't have, at the moment, they really can't run on the record because they know the record is unpopular, and the policies, at least to date, have been remarkably, particularly on the economy, unsuccessful. I think what's at work here is an effort to make the Tea Partyists look, and Tea Party candidates look as extreme as possible, with the hopes of peeling back some of those independents, and at the same time energizing Democrats to come out and vote out of fear that wackos will be elected.
Is it a desperate ploy, in your opinion, or is it sound?
Well, I'm not sure what they have left. My own view is it's very foolish. I think what the president should be saying, and Democrats should be saying, is, look, Tea Party people have something to say here. We're listening to them, and we're going to try to find ways to meet the requirement which we all face of trying to.
You think they should co-opt the movement?
Well, I don't know if they can co-opt it, but being hostile to it is not a winner.
All right, Bert, thanks as always. We appreciate it. And now we are asking you to vote in our bill.